Hi, my name is Latonya Whitaker. I am from the wonderful blues town of Clarksdale, Mississippi. And I am here with my husband, David, and my child, Jonas. And we own the Soul Food House.
All right. So how did you become, or how did you find your way here to Japan and have your own restaurant and the whole nine?
So when we came to Japan as missionaries, I went to school with Japanese friends and when I was in Atlanta. And so we became really good friends. And they invited us to come for New Year's. And then that was a great trip. Fell in love with Japan at that time. Then they asked us to do a mission trip and bring over some kids to Japan. So we brought about 25 kids to Japan and had an amazing time with that too. During that trip, my husband and I decided that we wanted to move back here. And so we did. And then the first 3 months, I absolutely hated it. Because, you know, vacation and living are two different things. And then I remember the day I was about to walk out, some wonderful things happened and we really became a part of our community. And it was like, you go around and you're going, hello, 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 and everybody looking at you like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like the whole navigation of the three monkeys. And then it's like, how is it? See no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. And everybody be like, they don't see nothing. And you don't say nothing. And you be like, Ohio, good morning. And they be like, and I'm just such a family time. I'm such a family oriented person. And I love community and I love people and nobody would talk to me. So what changed everything is that there was an argument in our neighborhood. We lived on top of the hill in a house and the church that we were going to helped us get the house. And we had a garage and with no car. And then it was, it's a small, when you come to Japan, it's small streets, right? So they basically, there were bikes that were parking from the bottom of the hill in that corner. And so the people who had the cars, they were fighting with the people down there and they were going like, so we offered to be the bike parking area. And at first nobody was doing anything because they were like, we don't know you, where we gonna put our bike? So then the day that I decided I'm going back home, my husband said, Tanya, come out here. And basically the neighbor across the street created the proper sign and said bike parking area, and he moved everybody bike in there. And so basically the 5 years we lived in that house, we were the bike parking area for the whole community. They invited us to the community area and one of those centers, and everybody was there, the whole community, politicians. And it's so funny because in Japan, the politicians are the ones that's pouring the drinks for everybody. Whereas, you know, we pouring the drinks for the politicians. Right. And so, oh, this is my son here. This is who I'm here with. Man? Come on, say hi. Say hi to their people.
Hello. Probably don't remember me.
Well, he gonna remember you today. After the interview. I'll be right there. All right. That's yours. Hi, Dozel. Sorry about that. Him and his cookies. So, sorry. so where we having this event, they have some good chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. So he be trying to get that. So basically, they ended up saying, hello everybody, these are the Whitakers, that is, these are everybody, the Whitakers are okay. Let's give them a hand. Yeah. And our whole experience in Japan was completely different. I mean, like all of the things that they tell you, nobody speaks, nobody goes to anybody's house, nobody does this. They were having house parties, pool parties, all kind of stuff, rooftops, park parties, you know. But we were invited to everything. And that just kind of changed the whole dynamic of just us being here. And then you just realize that when you're here, you just be yourself. Now, we were so grateful for that time that we had our first Thanksgiving party. And we invited the neighborhood. The same people asked us, would you do it? And we were like, oh, okay. We had one turkey, we had all the other stuff, and we had about probably 40 people to come to the party. And so we were outside. Our neighbor enjoyed it so much, he took the Mijikai to his house. But from there, cooking classes,
I remember seeing it,
catering, and eventually a restaurant. Yeah.
So with the restaurant, I know you've had, ups and downs, which it's life, right?
Yeah.
It happens. You know what I mean? But like, in your mind, what was the cause of you to persevere through the hard times and
This is something my husband really and I really wanted to do. And as you know, any business and the restaurant life is no different, especially with you going through COVID, you're going through the even going viral is hard.
Yeah,
it can be hard. It's because you're in a sense want to be there for everybody, but then it's only so much that you can do. Inflation it's a lot. However, when the restaurant, let me go back a little bit. So many people asked us to open a restaurant and we said no because we knew all the dynamics that would go into it. But then that same little boy who just came up and said, "Can I have a cookie?" I got pregnant with him and the doctors put me on bed rest. There wasn't much I could do. There wasn't much I can eat. I love Japanese food, but I ain't want nothing in Japan. I wanted everything from home. And I wanted to be able to go somewhere and there was nowhere to go. So and during that time, me and my husband really thought about it. We were just like, if we feel this way, how many other people feel that way? And I tell you, when God said it's time, every door that can open will open. I remember watching a sermon, and that was T.D. Jakes actually. And we had to move our bed into the one of the tatami rooms. We had a really nice size house at the time. Local areas, they get smaller in the city. But we were sitting there and we were listening about the story about the baby eaglets. And basically he was talking about how the mama eagle brings them up in the high up and builds the nest high up in the mountain. And so basically when they're getting ready to jump, they have enough space so that they can soar. And so because eventually it was like when my first job, I loved it, but eventually something started changing, started shifting. Like I knew that it was elevating and something needed to do. And so same thing about the nest. The babies, they in there, they all comfortable, they good, then they get bigger and it's time for them to go. And the only thing you can do is jump. Ain't nothing you can do with jump. So this opening restaurant was on our spirit, but we were just like, are we really gonna jump? And heard that sermon, lived in my house at that time. 4 years. We had the wood carving tatami doors. In 4 years, I had never seen the eagle that was in the wood carving that was soaring.
Wow.
And I literally was on the bed, laying down, going like, is this what you want me to do? And I look at this eagle jumping. Are you serious? That's what I said. I'm Lord, like, I do not remember seeing you, but okay, we're going to go with it. And sure enough, we made the choice and everything lined up because we are still not rich people. And we didn't have everything that we needed to have for that. But all the provisions were made. All of them. I remember our first initial investor didn't show up at signing. And then one of our friends who had been watching us do these parties for 10 years, Thanksgiving parties for 10 years. And you don't know who's watching you. So it's like it's good to just treat everybody with kindness because you don't know who's watching you. And sure enough, he said, so how's everything going? And I was like, well, if we don't have, not put the amount, 2.5 million yen by the end, by the end of the day or by the weekend, then we're not going to be able to open it. And that joker said right there, okay, meet me at the bank.
Wow. Look at God.
And we have seen that over and over. And today's party is no different. Today's party is no different. No different. We're getting ready for a gala. And I'm using a platform that I never used before that doesn't pay out until 3 days after the gala. But everything needed to be paid up front. A friend said, how things going? And I told him how things going. And he transferred
Right then and there.
within 10 minutes.
Good Lord. That's something.
So, and then at the very beginning of this year, because putting on galas it's not easy. Business is not easy. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do it this year. I'm tired, we strapped, the price is a little bit higher this year because usually my husband would do something on the back end in order to make things cheaper. Right. But this year we just were not in a period post-pandemic kick tail, inflation kicking tail. And so I got the confirmation that's what it was. But I tell you, once it started getting that crunch, I was crying. I was like, okay, and in one day, I'm talking about someone came for the gala, and then someone came to make sure all of our taxes. In one day, we received 5 million yen to make sure our business was taken care of and our gala, this gala. So it ain't us. We ain't here because, I'm just a vessel for what God wants to do. And if he ain't giving me confirmation to do it, I ain't doing it. But I'm telling you, sometimes I be getting to that, Lord, I believe, but you need to help my unbelief because we get a little tight up in here. If we were there, I'm going like,
Looking like, come on now.
And when we received it, this was the time that, how a lot of people, in the past, I'm going like, okay, look, shop, all that kind of stuff. This time was different. This time I went into a repentant state. Like, I'm sorry. Because I was there. I was like, and when you have other people, for the venue that we're using, when you have other people that's sponsoring you, you don't want to put them in that position.
Right.
But when I say I want to, and that wasn't even the end of it. The fact of the matter, charging for it, the credit card was trying to charge $1 million rather than whatever. And I'm going like a bit different over there. I'm going like the Japanese bank kept moving them zeros. I'm going like no. And I'm not telling the exact figure, but that was like no. But at the end of the day, I'm so grateful that this is the first time we're starting a party with everything paid for. It's always been paid 2 weeks after, or you know what I mean? But I couldn't be more grateful with everything that's occurring tonight. I couldn't be more happy. The people who are coming, the companies that I've supported, and to go back, even when it talks about the gala, I'm American, I be saying the gala. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I'm country, I'm vegetarian. I mean, like, I had somebody be like, a gala. I was like, yeah, probably so. But, I'm from Mississippi. So, the gala. It's so funny. Even this was birthed out of just wanting to bring people together so that they can see one another. Right. There is so much excellence in our community here in Japan and around the world. It is so much excellence. And this is about us being able to see each other, not to connect just so you can figure out how you're going to hustle, but to connect because we genuinely are creating a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a family, your extended family in another country. And people, when they see you, then they know they can do that. When they see me, then they know I can do that. Because trust me, if you ask me, can you help me open a restaurant or teach me how you did that? My answer is absolutely yes, because one restaurant cannot handle all this demand. I'll be like, come on.
You want to open a barbershop?
Oh my God, dude, come on.
Because I'm tired. I need a break.
That part, I ain't had a vacation. Well, when my mom passed away, I went home, but that wasn't a vacation. But I ain't had a vacation in over 5 years. But I have to tell you, there is this wonderful person. Her name was Nilla, and she came over here and she did a video for us last summer. And when I tell you that thing, we were already busy. But when I tell you we done went viral, and the number of people who are coming and supporting and TikToking and everything, I can't be any more grateful. My only thing that I hate is that I can't say hi to everybody. And I can't hug everybody, because you have a lot of people who have that experience, and then there's sometimes you're just not there. And it is nothing I can do because I be tired. I got a son that's just like, Mama, when you coming home? And so, you know, that's the only down part, is not being able to hug and say thank you, because our doors wouldn't be open if it wasn't for all the people that come and support us. So that's the only, but other than that, I'm so grateful to everybody who keep believing in us. So grateful.
I believe in y'all, for sure.
Yeah, so
I need to come
grateful.
up here. It's like time. Sometimes I wish it was two of me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just, I know. That's why I'm just like, I'm glad we got I'm glad we got stylists and makeup people in here, because I'm just like, all this is supposed to be this is later. It's just not enough time. It's not enough. And right now, especially in the food industry, there's not a lot of staff that's available for work, or there's a shortage in cooks, there's a shortage in this, there's a shortage in that. And then with soul food, there's a certain vibe that still needs to happen, because even if I'm not there, I want each and every customer to feel like they didn't miss something just because I wasn't there. And that may be something that I do need to build more on. But other than that, I still love what I do. I love my staff. I love, I love my people. So I love my husband. He keeps me grounded.
Yeah.
And then my son.
Shout out to David.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to David. And then I love my road dog. And my road dog is Jonas, because when David, we be working.
Oh, I know.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the thing. Hey. So yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate the time. I'm gonna let you get back to it.
All right.
I'm gonna go film some other stuff.
All right. Well, fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah.